in this 9-week initiation, you'll have issues to resolve. You'll have integration to do. You'll have to look at yourself. Are you afraid to do that? Do you still have resistance towards looking at yourself? The first step in this 9-week program is to observe your issues regarding fate, fear. We're going to talk about Kuji-In, the first one, Rin, which is about development of faith. Okay? Did you decide that you would try to find a way not to do integration all your life? Do you have a place in you that thinks, am I ever going to be done with integration? Look at yourself. We always have autonomous software, autonomous components of ourselves that are hoping for evolution to stop so we can finally have a break, okay? And it never happens, okay? It never happens. It doesn't work that way, okay? So, I want you to ponder the possibility that the first main issue to resolve when you're going through a spiritual process is fear of spirituality, fear of advancement, fear of progressing, of becoming better. You understand this? Breathe. You have to breathe and relax. You have to be happy. Okay? This will be a happy moment. During this 9-week process, we'll be doing, in the first week, we'll be doing the first Kuji-In, the first avatar mantra, the first Siddhi, and I will bless you with the first seed of evolution. Okay? Giving you a break only on the 3rd week with that. Let's consider this. A house is made of what? A house is made of something. Walls, structures, wires, tubes, there's furniture, there's various components, there's a roof, there's a bottom to it, I don't know the English word. And each of those components are also made of smaller components. Like the wall is made of various G-prog, various wood beams, nails. Now each of those components are made of even smaller components, okay? Smaller basic components. Nails are made of a stick and a plate of metal. Wood beams are made of wood, which are also made of fibers of wood fibers, which in turn are made of cells. And even these cells are made of protein and structures and everything. Thank you, Vajrapani. So, speaking the word foundation, everything is composed of something smaller. Now ponder your body. Breathe and relax. And your body is made of what? It's made of organs. And components like bones and flesh and skin. But each of these components are made of cells. And each of these cells are made of even smaller components until you go to DNA strands and proteins and stuff like that. And even those are made of atoms. And you can break down in your mind anything that is created, and you'll end up with something extremely refined and small. To the point where there's only essence. Okay? You understand this? So, if you consider the first Kuji-In, take your PDF files or guides or paper sheets, whatever format you have for Kuji-In, first step. Okay. Everything in nature is made of something extremely small. Everything is made of something extremely refined, an essence that cannot even perceive as particle. It cannot even be seen or considered to be granular particle. It's just unified flow of essence of something, okay? Fabrics of the universe. We want to go down to the foundation of the universe. So we will ponder the mantra of Rin, okay? Om Vajramanataya Swaha. The Japanese is On Vaishiramanataya Swaha, and the Vaishiramanataya was once interpreted sometimes as Vajramanataya or Vaishravanata. Vaishravana, okay? And Vaishravana was a Buddhist deity. But since, well, it is always a Buddhist deity, but since in every practice that I teach, I try to eliminate the tradition that insist on invoking specific Buddhas, because I want Christians and Hindus and Islam people and pagan and people from other religion to feel comfortable with a universal Kuji-In. I decided to take the strand that preferred saying Vaishiramanataya Swaha means Vajramanataya Swaha. So Vajra, like in my name Vajra, the Vajra is something that is undefined. It is a fundamental experience of the universe. And if you imagine the Vajra cross, the way that it is made, a Vajra, it's one spike in the middle and 4 branches everywhere. Now imagine that at your base chakra, there's a point at the base of your base chakra. And at this point at the base of your chakra, there's one strand that goes forward and up, which is your central channel in front of you. And there's one strand from the central point at the base of your body that goes back and all along your spine and then up your head and then goes down and ends up here, where here it will meet the bottom strand, which is the front strand, okay? There's also a strand on the left from the point of the center of the base chakra. It goes on the left along your inner left leg down to the base of your left foot. And there's also a strand going on the right. If you look at this point with 4 strands, it's like a Vajra, okay? You understand this? Your base chakra, the way that the nadis are connected, the nadis are channels at the energy level, which are not meridians, which is something else. The nadis, the energy circuitry in your body, is connected at the base chakra, forming a Vajra, okay? And this is why in our tradition we don't pray with the index finger Vaishravana, the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, who invokes the forces of nature. What we do is we invoke the Vajra, the middle strand in front of the 4 others. Okay? So the middle strand in the 4 others. So this is not the Vajra mudra. Vajra mudra is this. But this is a mudra that invokes the experience of the middle of ourself, the pillar inside us that leads all the way to heavens, okay? Which is based in the ground. The mantra Om Vajramanataya Swaha invokes the Vajra experience at your base chakra. Now, what is the Vajraman experience? Well, first it is Vajra. Man is your mind or your thought or your maybe your focus. It's not like it's like Manasvin. Okay, Manasvin, mindfulness. Man is the mind where the mind goes. Okay, depending on context. Manasa is in the intellect. Man is more than the intellect. Manasa is intellect. Man is more than intellect. Is the mindset at the more refined mental level, but still where your mind is. So it's not emotion, okay? It's not chitta, which is all emotion and thoughts at once. It's all the mind at every level. That's chitta. Man is the mind at the more mental level, at the more reflective and more philosophical state of being, okay? So Vajraman means to have the Vajra mindset, and you invoke it at the base chakra. You invoke it everywhere in your physical existence. You invoke it at every level of experience that you have, of course, but your focus is at the base chakra in all of your bodies, physical, vital, emotional, mental, and others. Okay, so all that you are based on, the foundation is the Vajra mindset. Okay, and that flows. That's the Tai. Okay, Tai is a flow, a current, a stream. Now this stream goes from the base chakra and up to the heavens, and that's the explanation of that mudra. Okay, it's the middle pillar, right? So Om Vajramanataya Swaha. The Swaha is I surrender, I sacrifice to that reality, I give into that mindset, that system. So Om Vajramanataya Swaha, Om Vajramanataya Swaha, Om Vajramanataya Swaha is a way of affirming that our foundation is Vajra. It is our mindset, and we flow into it, or it flows into us. In any case, there is a flow inside that pushes up, and that's why Om Vajramanataya Swaha, with the practice of the mudra, focusing on the base chakra, will push your Kundalini power to awaken. Okay, that's why it's so efficient with bringing up power in your life. So the first thing is to bring up power, but Rin, the first Kuji-In, is not meant to bring power. It is meant to settle you in the foundation of all things. Okay, it is meant to bring you to sit into an attitude which is the base of creation. It is the fact, well, Vajra, those of you who will practice Vajra more, Vajra is an experience of truth that cannot be defined by anything else than just your wanting it, okay? Your gaze, your breath, your experience of that, okay? So Vajraman is truth. It will express itself in various ways. We could say that there are the four branches are different virtues. In the time of Buddhist cultivation of Vajraman, we will invoke different Buddhas and not explain them. Now let's explain just the state of being they want to push into us. The first step of Vajraman is humility. Okay? Humility is one of the fundamental essence of the universe. It is to sit yourself in no pride, no power, no pretension. That is why Rin is so efficient. If your ego is there wanting the power, your soul will respect it and say, okay, you have the power, I don't, so go ahead, do your thing. And then the ego takes a lot of time to prove to itself that it doesn't have the power that divinity has. Okay? So humility is useful. When you humiliate yourself to go in a state of, not a state of weakness, but a state of non-power. Not a state of smallness, but a state of non-immensity. Not a state of laziness and inactivity and not doing anything, but a state of non-action. Okay? It's not absence of action, it's absence of pride. You understand this? Those who've been doing integration? Humility is primordial. Okay? Without humility, there is no strength. And without strength, there is no justice. And without justice, there is no compassion. Okay? And without compassion, there is no truth. So, exactly, Tara. No intention. Humility is to be free of intention. Sometimes you're not doing anything, so you think yourself, I don't have any intention. I'm not doing anything. But you're sitting hoping that someone will love you, or hoping that someone will tell you how wonderful you are. You're not doing anything, but inside there is a part of you that is not humble, that wants to be elevated to the eyes of others, that wants to be cherished, that wants to have more worth, okay? And that That is what you're afraid of. That's what you hate me to talk to you about. It is that I'm telling you that your feelings of self-importance are what is preventing you from being exactly sitting on the foundation of the universe. Okay? Breathe. This is what you are afraid of, okay? This is what you want to fight. Even if you're in your mind, your intellect says, I'm not fighting this, I accept it. I understand that consciously you're not. But we are built as animals to live a certain level of separation, because separation is a blessing that allowed our body to take form. Now it is a curse that prevents our consciousness to be aware of the foundation of the universe and the oneness of all things. Okay? So think about it, ponder it, look at your reactions toward the 5 virtues that compose the Vajra experience. Okay? Humility is a complete surrendering to divinity. Okay? And inside us there are voices that will rise that say, I hope it won't hurt. I hope it won't work. I just don't want to be hurt. Look at those voices and allow them to settle down. If you try to just push them away, I'm pushing away. I don't want these voices that are afraid to be hurt. I'm not afraid. Well, pretending you're not afraid is pride, okay? Or it might be shame of admitting it, or it might be afraid of knowing that you're afraid, which is the worst case of fear, because you kind of find your ways to avoid it. It is important to remember humility, okay? And sit at the base of the universe, only with the feeling of surrendering into the power which is all things, okay? The real power is not yours. The real power is the one that you don't have. When you surrender into the power that you do not have, then you become powerful, and from humility rises strength. Okay? And then with this strength you will deliver justice, and then compassion, and then truth. Okay? And everything will fall into place, but you need to go back to the base. Okay? So let us practice for a moment. Okay? Breathe. Rin. Om Vajramanataya Swaha. Stop thinking, guys. And those who have questions, stop wanting to have an answer. Okay? Let go. I'll answer everything later. Go through the experience. Allow yourself to fall down into the experience. Okay? Om Vajramanataya Swaha. And allow this fear to rise. And let it go. Allow the fear that it will hurt. Allow it to just rise into you and flow. And you'll notice, Om Vajramanataya Swaha, you'll notice that naturally the emotion pushes up, becomes in your range of awareness, and as you pay attention to it, it loses power and dissolves. And you just let go, okay? Don't push it out. Don't pull it in. Just focus. Pay attention, okay? Man is your mindset of paying attention, okay? Om Vajramanataya Swaha. Om Vajramanataya Swaha. Okay. If you are afraid that something will attack you or aggress you, let it go. Allow it to become part of your range of awareness. Allow it to invade you if it does. It's okay. The more you practice within, the more the fear that life will hurt, will just rise up. Okay? And you have to free yourself from that. How do you free yourself from that? You gaze at it and you do the practice of Rin. Okay? Doing the practice of Rin will empower you, and this power will push on whatever prevents the true power from realizing itself in you, okay? So you will have this awareness of whatever fears you have, whatever hesitation, and the pride you have. What is not humble? What is not letting go? Okay? You'll be aware of that. Okay, so take the time to breathe. And feel it, okay? I'll do initiation later on today. Now it is the introduction to the technique, okay? So if we go to the phenomena of breaking down everything to its base constitution, okay? Everything is made of an experience. And to be conscious of this experience, you have to want to become aware of it. Being focused on the experience of the foundation of the universe is wanting to pay attention to Vajra experience in you, okay? To have the divine power in you and stop being afraid it's gonna hurt. And you can't stop being afraid it's gonna hurt. You have to look at what is afraid and permit it to rise and deliver its wisdom, okay? Do you see how much on your in your evolution that you fight whatever happens? This will hurt, that will hurt. I spoke with every one of you, almost every one of you this week. Well, spoke, let's say, write emails. I gazed at every one of you. There is this fear. Before going to integration, you jam in a fear. Will it hurt? What will happen? Am I going to be destroyed? Will it hinder me? Will it prevent me to remain arrogant? I want to have my hot chocolate every night. Will I be allowed to have my hot chocolate every night? Will I lose my house? Will I lose my lover? What will he think of me? What will she think of me? Go inside. Go inside and feel it. This reflex of the fear that there will be pain. With wisdom and compassion, we will never wish for pain to happen. With wisdom and compassion, we will never wish for suffering to happen. Yet, any type of resistance, a simple hope it won't hurt, any type of just holding on so it will not hurt. And every one of you got the teaching this week. Every one of you got an experience that could allow you to understand the wisdom tonight. There are so many different personal issues that every one of you have, that like half of you we've even exchanged. And all I can tell you is I spoke with another half and they also have these issues, you know. So to really master the experience of Ren, you must stop resisting pain. Okay? And free your mind from the stupid reaction, but I don't want pain. Of course you don't want it, and we won't work our ways into pain. We won't find a way for it to be painful, but it will be painful if you're afraid of it, because your soul will want you to discover the beauty and power of humility, of letting go. Okay? And breathe. Om Vajramanataya Swaha. Om Vajramanataya Swaha. Breathe. Allow it. Now, if you touch the fundamental virtue of the universe, which is humility, even though there might be resistance and fears revealing themselves to you, you will feel that below all this, there's a sense of not being alone anymore. There's a sense of being with something, with someone. That you are connected to the Buddha. That you're connected to universal consciousness. Amitabha Buddha, infinite light, Ein Sof Aur, Eheye. That you are with God. That there's something inside you that is fundamental. And the goal of the practice of this week is to go sit in divinity, to go sit with God, regardless if you understand or not, regardless if you have the experience to go grasp it, okay? Find a way to go sit at the base of yourself and breathe, okay? Find a way to go sit at the base of yourself and stay conscious, humbly observing and allowing. If it's an emotion, let it rise. If it's happy, let it rise. If it's disturbing, let it rise. If it's rejection, if it's afraid, let it rise. And beyond that, there will be joy. Beyond that, there will be safety in a completely insecure way, of course. In no way that will never reassure you. Insecurity is not something you get rid of. It's something you get acquainted with. If you get rid of insecurity, the only thing you did was push away the feeling that is built in us. Insecurity is meant to bring us back to humility and accept the shots that life has towards us. Accept the trials, accept the experiences, accept the challenges, and not destroy us with that fear and anguish and anxiety, okay? If you can change something about the situation that you hate, if something preoccupies you, okay, you're worried, but you can change it if you work at it. Why do you worry? Simply work at it and change it. And if the same situation, there's nothing you can do about it, you cannot change a single thing, why worry from the point that you can't possibly change anything? Why would you worry? Okay? When you see the worrying come inside you, please be humble. Go sit at the base of yourself. Om Vajramanataya Swaha. 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 Please take your sheets or PDF file and look at the first mantra of the avatar process. At the base of existence, there is joy. At the base of existence there is joy. Now, the avatar process is not meant for you to fix specifically at the base chakra when you do the first avatar mantra. Where Kuji-In triggered your experience of existence to push it up and empower you with great power, and still you are in humility and allowing it to flow, because no humility, no flow. With this Kuji-In power, avatar process is different. Avatar wants to bring you down. Whatever could come from heavens and go into you at every level, but focus on your physical body just to bring it as dense as possible. There is joy. So, in humility, with the first Kuji-In, you acquire great power. Okay. We'll speak of the other aspects of Vajra later on. With the concept of avatar process of incarnation, there is joy. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. There is happiness. There is bliss. And there is pleasure. 3 different manifestations for the divine experience of bliss, the spiritual experience of happiness, and the human experience of pleasure. Okay, so that we will embrace everything that is joyful and wonderful in life. Okay, so now you settle down your mudra and you contemplate Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. I acknowledge that there is joy, bliss, and happiness, and pleasure, and fun. If you are free from anguish, anxiety, and insecurity, everything is obviously more pleasant. And that joy is the fundamental essence on which everything is built. It is the foundation of creation. It is just great joy. The same way that at the Big Bang, let's say that the explosion of power is like the Rin experience, where it just starts to rise in you, okay? Well, in the first avatar mantra, it is the great joy that exploded. It is this explosion. Yeah! Alright, I'm so happy, this is wonderful, okay? Breathe. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. And allow the pleasure, and if in your focus there's still some kind of tension from when we did Rin, because you awaken an insecurity that it will hurt, don't get rid of it, let it go, still focus on happiness. You can have an experience at a certain level and stay conscious of it, and still your focus now is on the avatar experience of great joy. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, okay? The principal experience is the spiritual happiness, Sukhi, that will lead to the divine ecstatic bliss, Ananda, and this will naturally shower down on you Ram, pleasure, okay? Joy at the level that your human can enjoy pretty much, okay? This does not only stimulate your hormones to procure an artificial or natural state of happiness. It also manifests in your life what will provoke and nourish this happiness, okay? It is a manifestation. Avatar is not just bringing God in you, it's bringing God in the world. May your kingdom come, may your will be done on earth as in the heavens, okay? Avatar is bringing down the experience of the will of God, okay? You can't bring the will of God inside you if you are not humble. You can't have the experience of the will of God in your life if your human will is in charge. Okay? Your human will is meant for you to be in charge of your human experience. How you feed your children, the job, okay? How you will bring food, how you will have shelter and clothing, how you'll take care of your human planes. That's your human responsibility. Then in the state of happiness, what troubles you'll have and what blessings you'll have, this is what you have to surrender to God. This is what you have to surrender to something much more profound than what your human can master. And your human cannot possibly understand and master the great states of bliss of God. It can't. but it can absorb it. It can be affected if you take the time to invoke Om Namah Sukyanandaram and allow the showering effect of the Big Bang shining from within you, but from the highest plane to the bottom of the depths of the earth, the lowest plane. And just bring the great light as deep as in the shadows of the valley of death. You can bring this light in surrender, okay, in allowing and letting go. Okay? This week's experience is to go into the fundamental experience of creation of all things. It is to touch what we are made of. That is why I asked only the people who had some experience in either one of these systems, Kuji-In, Avatar or Siddhi. Okay? And if you don't, at least you have an understanding of integration and you can look at your ego if it hurts. You can understand this. You will not become a great master of these processes during these 9 weeks. You will have a great push towards evolution in a much easier way. If you stop resisting life, everything will unfold with blessings. Do you understand this? Okay. Thank you. Breathe and relax. Om Namah Sukyanandaram. Om Namah Sukyanandaram. Om Namah Sukyanandaram. For 9 weeks, the talks will not be to satisfy your ego's need of control. If you have misunderstanding about information of this and that, I don't care, you should not care either. It is meant for you to do a practice that will provoke an experience to rise. And you look at it, and you become a better human, and you evolve, and everything becomes easier to overcome. Every challenge becomes just an experience, okay? For experiences to stop being dramatic and become just other events, even when it seems to hurt, well, you have to stop fighting when it hurts, and you have to stop fighting when it's fun, okay? If you fight with fear that it will hurt, I assure you, inside you, you have exactly the opposite system that hopes it will not be fun. And I'm not hoping you will understand this. I'm not even hoping you'll accept it. When you are ready for that fundamental truth, you will just see it. Whatever inside you hopes it will not hurt, also hopes it will not be fun. Okay? And if you want to enjoy life, you have to overcome all of that, okay? Whatever pain could arise from an experience, whatever pleasure could arise from an experience, I'm just going to humbly sit in it. Breathe and allow it, okay? And you will grow and expand. And life will stop being difficult. Life will stop being boring, okay? We'll speak of boredom in a few weeks. Breathe. Please go back to Kuji-In. Sitting at the base of the essence of creation, in a state of humility, acknowledging the truth, letting go of the great power so that it flows in you. Om Vajramanataya Swaha. 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 Breathe and let it go. Don't make it go. Just let it. Allow it. Let it rise. Now you bring your hands up and you relax. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. Everything is happy, blissful pleasure. Everything is great, simple, fun, with no intention, no power. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram, Om Namah Sukhiyanandaram. Humbly sit in a state of truth, of honesty with yourself, and allow this humble feeling to flow forward and up inside you. And there will be power of incarnation from that will flow down into the earth and up into your body. Okay, it's not related to specific nadis. Okay, don't worry. But then the sense of justice will flow inside you, will give you a strong, powerful spine to be righteous. And compassion will allow you to accept whatever comes from nature. Okay? And the experience of truth will be universal. Joy, bliss, happiness. Whatever exists in the universe is composed of something more refined. We won't say smaller, because your mind will start to think in granular terms, like if everything was a grain of something, eventually everything is a particle. No, at one point even the particles just become waves that intertwine and flow within each other. It is a unified field of consciousness. Okay. It is non-particle. It is not granular. It's unified. It flows. And you will want to go and sit into this blessed state of everything is so just subtle and refined. Whatever exploded, the great joy that came from the origins of creation, okay, that just went to the universe and humbly became whatever became of it. This is all made from joy and simplicity and humility, okay? And humility and simplicity have something in common. It is small, refined, gentle. It is an undefined state of truth that you cannot explain. We will practice the first Siddhi now, Anima. Okay, you have this. Anima. Anima. Fall down. Let go. You might actually float up if you really let go of everything. We have awakened power. We have awakened joy. We have allowed you to let go of control, so you can be conscious of the smallest possible component of the universe. So you close your eyes and you breathe. You relax. You let go. Anima. 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 Everything is an ocean of unmanifested joy, simplicity, humility. The foundation of the universe is consciousness. flowing freely everywhere in everything. Anima. 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 Everything is small and refined, and you flow in the immensity of the universe as nothing. Completely subtle consciousness with no form. Anima. You let go of everything. Anima. 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 May you all be blessed with the consciousness of pure Buddhahood, the fully awakened state of being, the Vishnu, Christ. Everything is humble in its pure nature. Everything is imbued with the power of divinity in its fundamental essence. In its true nature, all is experienced in the state of truth. Give in to this. Let yourself go. Allow it. Permit yourself to be affected. This is how you will have the power to affect. Let go of control, of pride, of power. Let go. Allow yourself to be the refined essence of all things, which is joy, simple joy, gentle, patient. Let go. Breathe. And for the purpose of this online course, come back. Okay? So, before next Wednesday, in the 7 days left for next Wednesday, there will be 6 days where you will do 10 minutes of Kuji-In, followed by 10 minutes of Om Namah Sukyanandara, followed by 10 minutes of Siddhi meditation. If you really can't, break these 3 to 7 minutes to try to push it into 20, okay? But please, if you're serious about this, take half an hour. 10 minutes of the first Kuji-In, 10 minutes of the first avatar mantra, and 10 minutes of the first Siddhi. The goal is with the first Kuji-In to bring up the issues that prevent you from feeling the great joy in a simple and gentle manner. Okay? If sometimes you feel the great joy, Om Namah Sukyanandaram, but you need to go explosive all the times, there's a lack of humility in there. There's something that does not permit you to just sit in it and feel. Okay? And then once you have pushed this power inside you and humbly sat at the feet of God and humbly allowed yourself to be moved from within, from divinity, then you will manifest and empower yourself as joyful, as happy, blissful pleasure, and acknowledge that Om Namah Sukyanandaram. And then you will do the anima meditation to be that simple state of nothing, consciousness at the smallest, most refined level, okay? And when you do this, try to come back to the state of being of this teaching, the philosophical contemplation that I have guided you through, okay? That had to start with your fear of change, your fear of being hurt, your fear of becoming better, also your insecurity of having pleasure, your fear of having fun, your fear of allowing yourself to exist. Whatever you do, stay responsible as a human and limitless as a God. Okay? Find a way to reconcile both aspects. Okay? It is Vajra. It is to be humble, strong, just, compassionate, in a state of truth. Okay? Good. Breathe. I'm giving you one little moment I'm speaking with Howard and Mary Jane tonight. So when I give initiation like this, you can understand that most of it is just guiding you through an experience, okay? So that you will do these three practices, Kuji-In, Avatar and Siddhi, in a way that it will reconcile a complete whole experience for you, okay? And your soul will grow so much in that. And I do not have a Skype with someone about an initiation before I did the initiation. That's why yesterday and today I did not speak to anyone, okay? So those who are on Wednesday before the initiation, what will happen is on the last day, in 7 or 8 days, in the next Wednesday, just before you receive the next initiation with Kyo, with the second aspect of all systems, you will have a final re-empowerment, because I will give you again the empowerment. So that you will kind of cement it, okay? As opposed to those who will have the initiation right after, their one-on-one initiation right after this little speech. It will just help you have more powerful experience during the entire week, okay? It will have different effects on you. So all of you that are on Thursday, you manifested that so that you would have a push right after the initiation. And those who manifested yourself to be on Tuesday or Wednesday before the conference, you manifested yourself to have one last review of the entire first system before you get the second one, okay? So it's okay, it happened like this so that our schedule could all fit, okay? I know I've not answered lots of questions. Practice it. Every day, 6 days, you have 1 day of doing no practice. Okay, about this. You choose which. Let's speak of diet. I did advise you this week would be, the first week would be completely vegetarian. I will be now more precise. You eat it if it grows. I'll be even more precise. You eat it if it grows in the ground. In other words, no fruits. And tomatoes are fruits in this system, okay? You eat stuff that grows in the ground. Your protein, you'll have it from nuts. Try to avoid soya, even tofu. Try to avoid it. If it's impossible for you, you can't bear having your proteins only from nuts, have tofu. But if you can have only lots of nuts in the day, no tofu. The thing is, we want to amplify also your immune system. And there's something in soya that is not absolutely favorable to the immune system. It is the easiest way to absorb protein for a vegetarian. But it's not the most wonderful food for your immune system, okay? No fruits, meaning no sugar. Now, if you have a health condition and you're going to fall on the ground unconscious, eat a fruit. Okay, if you know how to manage your diabetes and your this and that, be responsible. If you come to a point of hypoglycemic experiences, eat a chocolate bar, okay? But, new rules. This week, no coffee, no chocolate, and of course, no refined sugar of any types. In other words, you'll be eating veggies. No eggs, no milk, veggies and nuts, okay? You have more precise experience, no, more precise instructions. Yes, preferably non-salted, but salt at this point doesn't really matter, okay? Because we're not doing the lemon juice vinegar thing to purify the to purify the liver. We're not doing the liver purification. So if you have a bit of salt and a bit of this and that, oh, it's okay. It's minerals, okay? And salt comes from the earth or the sea. It doesn't grow on trees, and it's not from an animal, so it's okay, okay? You will have 1 slice of bread, whole wheat or multigrain, per day. Cooked, I don't care. Cooking, I don't care, okay? So, vegetables and nuts, 1 slice of bread, and if you want to cheat, you take these humongous breads with very thick slices, and I mean, you're responsible, do what you have to do, okay? So 1 slice of multigrain bread, there's a bit of milk and this and that and there, but it's okay, okay? The goal is to have a bit of this, like, carb every day. Veggies and nuts, and a slice of bread every day for 7 days, okay? Someone told me that his mom cooked for him, or is going to cook for him on next Saturday. Well, just start your 7-day on Sunday, okay? You don't have, you don't owe me anything. You don't have my permission to ask for anything. Manage your thing how you want it, okay? I don't want to have, can I do this, can I do that? I gave you information, okay? Now, the cabbage garlic diet, okay? Every day, it can be in the morning, can be in the evening. Every day, you ingest the juice of 1 lemon. You ingest 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You ingest 1 clump, I don't know the name of that, okay? Une gousse d'ail, en français. 1 clump of garlic. And 2 cabbage leaves, okay? Okay, a clove, thank you, Matt. Okay, so if you don't know how to prepare garlic, you know that you have to squish it and take away the germ, the germination inside. And I don't know all the specific English word for that. So anyway, ask someone how to prepare garlic, not to, for your bread not to become completely awful. You want to know if you can eat rice? Of course, as little as possible. Okay. I understand rice is a vegetable. It grows from a plant outside the earth or inside the earth. I don't know. I think it's a grain. Yeah. So you can replace your toast or your slice of bread by rice. Okay, but only one portion of this type of grain carb thing. Okay. You can take green tea, by the way. You can drink green tea or any kind of tea that is not sweetened any way you want, okay? The most important aspect is no coffee, no chocolate, no refined sugars, no fruit, vegetable and nuts, and one type of grain like a slice of bread or rice, okay? It's a good idea, okay? And every day there has to be lemon, apple vinegar, apple cider vinegar, cabbage, and garlic. Okay. Now, if you work in the public, eat your garlic in the evening. Okay, for after your work shift, so that you have all your night and before you go back to there. Okay. And this is only 1 week. It's just 1 week. Okay. You only have 1 week to do this. Okay. The cabbage, garlic, vinegar, and lime will be for 2 weeks, but the strict vegetarian regime is only 1 week, okay, 7 days, okay, from Thursday, tomorrow, to the next, or and integrate your reaction to it, of course. Well, your body will react, okay? It is meant to unstabilize your system so that all these fears that you have stuck in your cells will be freed, okay? You have to free your physical cells of the fear it has been holding on. I'm afraid of life. I'm afraid of what it will come up, okay? So we're using food to assist even these experiences. Prepare yourself for the second week. There will be beef flesh every day, okay? You'll be eating a steak, at least 6 ounces, preferably 10 ounces, but if you can't eat 10 ounces a day, 6 ounces of beef, can be a steak, cubes, whatever you want, but there will be beef every single day of the second week when we do Kyo, okay? We're using food the way they affect hormones and everything, okay? So the first 2 weeks, your cabbage, garlic, vinegar, and lemon recipe, I love to just put them all together. I slice like 3-4 leaves of cabbage every day. I put my my 1 lemon juice there and my teaspoon of cider vinegar, and my garlic is very refined in there in bigger clumps, bigger chunks, so I can easily absorb them and eat them. And then I just mix this up, and after I'm done, I drink whatever's left of the juice, and then I take a few shots of water. Okay, that it makes a wonderful coleslaw. If you want, okay, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so the only grain you're allowed to is your slice of bread or your handful of rice. Okay. All right, I've been doing this for a week. I've been out of coffee for a week, not out of chocolate. I failed one day, but nonetheless, I've been doing this for 1 week already, so I could be prepared to give you the most powerful experience. Okay. Now I'm going to take another few days, and a bit before you, I'll start eating my meat, so that when I give you the initiation, you'll feel this effect, and then you'll go on, and it will be playing like this. Okay. So please, no control. Okay. It's been fun. I liked it. I know now that it goes through. Okay. Would you agree that you will have a nice 6 days of practice to defeat your fears? I hope you understand this. I hope you agree with this, okay? Vajrapani, I want you to look at what was so important for you to share with everyone that you don't drink coffee. did you try to seek attention or everything? Okay, just look at it. Okay, if you're proud because, oh, I'm so good because I'm already that evolved, well, cool. Okay, look at yourself. All right. Some people share it just like that, but you had an intention. All right, all right. So thank you very much for your time, Howard. See you in 4 or 5 minutes, and Mary Jane in half an hour. I love you guys, and we'll be looking forward to all your individual Skypes. All right. Goodbye.